So what is this latest gadget all about and what's next? We put the questions to our AGN business doc, Nick Bontis. All right, Nick, what is this iPad all about?
So the iPad got launched by CEO Steve Jobs, and the reaction was a little muted in the marketplace because people were expecting something a little bit more revolutionary. I mean, after all is said and done, it's just a larger iPod in terms of functionality. But anytime Apple launches anything, it becomes big business. The iPod revolutionized the music industry, the iPhone revolutionized the cell phone industry, and the iPad will revolutionize the publishing industry because what it is an electronic reader, a tablet computer that allows you to read books on screen.
So if the hype was rather muted for this, does that mean Apple's streak of hot products is kind of starting to wane?
I think so, because I think what it does is actually educates the consumer about new ways of doing things, new ways of listening to music, new ways of using a cell phone. Well, this is a new way to read a book. You know, we're all used to going to a beautiful vacation on a resort, sitting by the pool and reading a nice paperback novel. Well, I guess what Apple's trying to do is to teach us we're not going to be doing that anymore. Now we're actually going to be flipping the pages with our finger on our iPad.
Is that going to really work, though? Because people love to open the book, like you say, and flip the pages. You wonder.
Well, the best part about the iPad, though, is that it's going to actually be live in terms of links. One of the problems in terms of reading a book is you can't actually get any more information from a book. When you're flipping the pages on an iPad, let's say that there's a fact that says there are so many iPad users in the world. You could double-click on that and actually get more information about that specific fact. So it's actually bringing the internet experience to reading. And I think there's going to be huge implications, too, for people that are reading because now they're going to get more information, videos, audio attached to books as well.
So once you educate readers, what about the publishing industry? Where is this going to leave the traditional publishers?
Huge implications for the publishing industry. Think of education, for example, university education. 10 years from now, I'm not going to be handing out books to my students. All I'm going to be doing is firing off PDF files. These are electronic files for their notes and for their textbooks. Now, one of the fundamental things that has to happen is what is called DRM, which stands for Digital Rights Management. And what that means is that when I get a file that's a book, it can only be read on my machine. So if I email it to you, Connie, you can't read it on your machine because that's why publishers complain. People are sending music files and video files and movie files to one another, and the publishers don't get their revenue. In this particular case, that file will be attached specifically to the appliance, whether it's an iPad or a computer that I'm reading. So I think there's going to be huge fundamental changes. You know, the book industry, in terms of what we know as books, might go the way of the dodo bird in the next 10 to 15 years.
You wonder about all our grand libraries everywhere, and even home libraries. What will they look like? I guess they'll just be antiques.
That's right.
All right, Nick, we'll see if your predictions come true. See you next time.
See ya.
On the next Always Good News.